horrible, dull, flat sounding, cheap, fizzy, can't support a family. Enough of what my wife says about me. This is a video about the Boss Katana.
This channel is supported by Truefire.
Well, what is this all about then? It's the Truefire Summer Music Festival. What I'm going to tell you about, you can get 1 month of All Access for just $1. The All Access, you can dip in and out of every single course on Truefire, so that's a really great way to get some awesome courses down you.
I think this amplifier, if I had to pick one of the most hated amplifiers that I see, the Boss Katana, I see kind of lots of stuff, you know, people either really like it, or you get like a bunch of people like, yeah, the Katana is what it is, or you get people like, you know, the Katana is destroying the amp industry, this kind of stuff, you know. I think there's like quite a lot of, you know, people that just assume that a Boss Katana is just going to sound like junk anyway. And myself even, you know, I've got my own sort of biases where I kind of just assume that there are just other things out there that are going to sound better. Like when I found out about the Line 6 Catalyst, I kind of just thought, well, of course the Line 6 Catalyst is going to compete with the Katana and destroy it. But actually over time I found that I prefer kind of what the Katana offers. Basically, plugging it into it today, before I did this, I was messing around with the Synergy module and the Fryette power station. I was kind of like, well, that's all right. And then I plugged into the Katana head. It's going through an EVM speaker in a Mesa Boogie open back cab. That's just straight into the amplifier on the lead channel. Some relatively normal-ish settings. I think I've got the bass and middle about halfway. I've dialed the treble back a bit and there's just a bit of reverb on it. But it just, to me, it's kind of like, well, what is there to complain about with that tone? I think it's important to try these things into like an actual decent speaker, because I think when you just plug the Katana in direct, or if you just use the combos, you don't get, to me, this same experience. So here I'm now putting on a Tubescreamer with it, like Origin Effects Halcyon Overdrive. Now a Bluesbreaker. Now a J Rockett The Dude. So that's the drive channel. Now I also, whoops, stood on my glasses, cool. Have a channel 1 here. Just a clean. Like, I've definitely had worse experiences with other amplifiers that are far more expensive. Like, it's a perfectly decent... decent clean. Does it take pedals okay? Tubescreamer. That's nice. Bluesbreaker now. If I stack the Tubescreamer and Bluesbreaker. It's like a good sounding amp in my opinion. Now J Rockett The Dude. I think once you pair a Katana with a decent cab, I think this is maybe the weak link with the Katana in general, is that a lot of people, their experience with it might be with those little 50-watt combos, which are fine, but I don't think you get the full Katana experience. And once you plug it into a decent cab and a decent speaker, you actually get a pretty good result, I think. In my opinion, that's in terms of high gain. I'm not sure that there are that many people that are totally impressed with the Katana. But in general, I think it's sometimes like the high gain stuff coming out of an amp, especially modelling amps, like whether it's the Line 6 Spider, whether it's this Boss thing, whether it's some Marshall kind of ABT type stuff. I think the higher gain stuff is sometimes where, for whatever reason, I guess because like digitalness is more pronounced in higher gain sort of sound, so you get more aliasing, you get all that sort of stuff, more artifacts. Maybe that's part of it. But the Katana, I just do, every time I plug into it, I do think actually it's better than I remember, and it's definitely not as bad as some people say. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I've gigged a Katana before, and it's a pedal platform. It's really, really pretty good. Cleaned in particular. Once you get into the other side of stuff where you're using the higher gain stuff, like this lead channel today, I had the volume up a bit higher and the gain a bit lower on the lead channel. I think that one suits me quite well. The crunch channel is not bad either. There are tones to be had in it, and I think it's a perfectly decent amplifier. If you've already got a bunch of tube amps that you really dig, then I don't think it's necessarily going to be great for you, but it might be a good backup, and certainly got a lot of usable tones in there. I've not even really touched on the effects here, but you know, Boss effects are good, and yeah. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. How do you feel about the Boss Katana? Is it one of those things that you're like, not too fussed about it? Do you absolutely hate it, or do you absolutely love it? It's an interesting, really quite polarizing piece of gear. Maybe I'm going to do a video on the Line 6 Spider next. Cheers.